All right, guys, welcome in. Now we should have audio. Much love out there. Welcome in. Welcome back to Above Ground World News. Last night, man, they really was hitting us hard with the weather warfare. And these storms that were coming through are unlike any kind of storms. I mean, we had cloud and rain for days. And, normally when a storm comes through, it stabilizes the atmosphere, but these things keep growing like they're a virus or something, man. They just keep coming back, super powerful. And, look at this today. Let me go ahead and play this so you guys see this. And, these things just are growing. Like the same areas keep getting hit when the atmosphere should be stabilized. But no ways. Look at this. It just keeps on blowing up, man. They're off the chart rains, instant flooding, instant monsoons all over the place. Yesterday, it was in the black. Now, hopefully, the stream will run tonight, and we'll just have to see. All right. Let me go ahead. All right. Check this out. This is from the Millennium, I can't talk tonight, report. Weather warfare season begins soon in Hurricane Alley. I just wanted to post this. Harold Suave, I used to have him on my show when I originally started doing shows, but he featured one of my videos from back in 2018. This one right here, Busted Hurricane Michael Morning Update. This was a pretty good video, so you guys could go back and check that out. I got all the links in the description, just giving them a shout out since they were helping us get some of this information out. So we had 29 tornadoes reported in Southern Plains. 7 of them were here in Missouri. And, man, are you kidding me? It's buffering already. Let me see if I'm dropping any frames. I've dropped a couple, but not real bad. Wow. Are you shitting me? Yeah, they're just clobbering us here. We'll fight through it. And like I said, after this, we'll jump on DTV Live and stream over there after this show, and it should do better over there. So coming out of Springfield, Missouri, there were 29 reported tornadoes Tuesday in the Southern Plains, 7 in Missouri alone. So this ain't even got today's in there. That's just right down for me. That's not too far from me. Hey, thanks out there, Christy. So this was just south of us right here. And crazy stuff, man. The clouds were just so dark. It was like midnight the whole day. You know, these storms didn't even make sense. But here you go. Here's one thing. Here's a good thing. Researchers invent anti-Wi-Fi paint that blocks the wireless signals. This couldn't come at a better time. Hey, thanks there, Bamboo out there. So the University of Tokyo researchers had developed special paint that can block the wireless signals. By mixing aluminum iron oxide particles into the paint, the researchers have invented paint that blocks radio frequency in a higher spectra where Wi-Fi and other higher bandwidth communications occur, you know, like the 5G, like the millimeter waves. So most of Wi-Fi technologies operate 2.4 to 5 gigahertz. The special paint can block frequencies all the way up to 100 gigahertz. So I need to get some of this. I need to paint my whole house with this stuff. Anyway, the link's in the description, and we'll jump into that and check this out. This is an older article, but it's good to go back on some of these older articles. Mobile phones are cooking men's sperm. Study finds sperm levels of men who keep their phones in their pocket during the day were quite seriously affected. So, if you guys ever read the actual instructions on these phones, they're not even supposed to be near you. You know, And then now the new phones, they say that they don't really have a, like the old plug-in. You got to buy a $40 plug-in, or you got to do all the stupid Wi-Fi that's giving you the radiation. But yeah, so the link's in the description here. Here's one for you: the Rothschilds and the geoengineering empire. Why would the Rothschilds be so interested in owning the largest and most recognized weather modeling organization out there? They wish to have the controlling, leading provider of interactive weather graphics and data services for television, web, and mobile. Because when you are involved in climate dissemination geoengineering programs, you must also control the forecast models to cover your tracks. You know, defense contractor Raytheon does it all. The forecast modeling for the National Weather Service. NOAA Lockheed Martin does the modeling for the FAA. Since both these private defense contractors are up to their necks in weather modification patents and programs, the forecasts are more or less the scheduled weather. That's why I call it the weather plan, because it's all a plan, every bit of it. When the nightly weather forecast animation matches what the public sees in the skies, right down to the upper level haze or overcast, from the constant spraying, all seems to correlate, so nothing more is questioned. Well, not here at Above Ground World News. So this is a really good article. I'm not going to read this whole article, but the links are in the description. Now, one of my buddies there on Facebook had posted a bunch of stuff. You know, we've had all these animals being killed off. We've had all our farm animals being flooded and drowned. And I mean, here's just a few of what's going on. No birds survive in the Huckerbucks Poultry Fire Ranch. So this was up at Portland Road, Berlin Township. It's the largest producer in Michigan and the 13th largest in the United States. This farm had 6 million laying hens. Nobody survived. So 6 million chickens were killed just in this. We're going to go on. Over in Ohio, 3 adults hurt, 180 hogs killed in farm's second fire in a year. Look, this stuff is being targeted. This is our food supply. It's being targeted. I mean, we just check all this out. Here it comes out of the Dutch news. 12,000 chickens die in factory farm fire, taking 2019 animal death toll up to 15,000. The barn was home to some 16,000 birds, and at least 12,000 are thought to have been killed. So, man, toxic smoke. Last year, 122,000 animals died in fires at factory farms in the Netherlands. The government said it would not be forced farmers to make further measures to prevent fires breaking out because of the cost of the investment. I think a lot of this isn't what they're showing. Door County Fire Department battles 2 fires. Farm market barn destroyed. This was the Egg Harbor. Let me see if I can get down to how many. All right, where was it here? So the whole place just they battled 2 barn fires. So probably a bunch of animals died in this. I ain't gonna try to read all that out of Green Bay here. Here's another one. Fire damages Hickman Egg Farm in Tonopah. This come out just here on April 4th. So like it seems like every farm and all this stuff is just being disseminated, man. They're clobbering it all. And we know what's causing it. It's the weather warfare, man. It's part of the eugenics program. It's part of the New World Order. Hey, thanks out there, Super Chat. Whoever did that, nice donations out there. Hey, Susan, much love. Yeah, maybe. Hey, thanks there, Shane W. Much love out there. Thanks everybody for helping us out, because I mean, I couldn't do it without you guys. So much love out there. Thanks for the help. Let's run this through. Let's take a look at these storms. And they already said they're not going to cover the farmers' losses from all these floods. They're all screwed. Every one of them is screwed. Half the farmers said they're not even going to try to go back to farming. So we got more storms coming in tonight. You know, look at Arkansas here. Or let me get this fast forward up here. So this was part of last night's, part of today's. And then right here, here's where they started blowing off today. And this is where they stand right now. This is what we're looking at. We got some in the black. So this is another monsoon. Guess where the chemtrails will be? They'll be out ahead of all this. They'll be seeding into to pull up the Gulf moisture. The atmosphere should be stabilized, but it's not. Let me take off the watches and warnings. Let's just take a quick look at the radars and see what they're doing. I'm sure they're doing something they should be. All right, so I'm just going to document this right now, get a good look at this, and we'll jump into I just had a weather alert here for noticeably cooler tomorrow. All right, let's go ahead and jump back into here. So these ship operations, I'm not seeing them out here today. They're gone. So it was like a 4-day shipping operation, but we do have aerosols being deployed out here. And I was hoping that was going to load a little better. You got spraying up here right over Alaska. Alaska is getting by. Looks like Oregon and Washington is actually clear today. How come the borders aren't loading? We have no borders. Wow. That's weird. Well, we do got a little spraying operation right there at the border. And look out here off the coast of San Francisco. How come, that's weird. None of my markers and stuff are loading even though they're on. So you still have a spraying operation out here in the Pacific. No ship tracks, but man, heavy aerosols. Look, it's almost green from the grid patterns. So they're definitely hitting this system hard. This is probably part of the bunker fuel that was released. Los Angeles is getting hammered right now. And let's back this out just a little more. Looks like everybody's pretty clear over here from, you know, the Midwest over towards the west. It don't look like a whole lot down here, but look, when you zoom in, look at some of these fat liners that are being deployed. Special spray, special mix. You know, certain areas, this is how they start guiding these systems, pulling the atmospheric river up, fired up. This is like a typhoon over Texas right now. Missouri is getting completely bombarded. And wow, I can see headed your way all the way up to Ohio Valley. Mega sprays. Mega sprays all over Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee. And when you go way up here into Canada, look up here in Maine. Look at this. Look up in Maine. You don't think that storm's coming up here? Look, they're gridding the sky. They're setting it up. This is over, you know, from Maine over to New Brunswick. Look how thick these lines are. Mega sprays. Mega bombardment. Quebec, Maine. You know, all the way out here to this, what is that, Nova Scotia out there. So that's how they work it, man. They spray out ahead of it, then they pull the systems up. That's how they're steering it. Then they use the ground-based radars to steer it. Like we got a huge sprayer out here in the middle of the Atlantic. It looks like it might be by itself, but it's not. There's grids. There's grids going the opposite ways. He just happens to be flying solo out there today. You got just tons of spraying operations going up there. So, yeah, they're guiding that stuff up to the north. We just take here in Argentina, they're getting hammered. There's some pretty fat trails. Not loading real good, but we're just trying to get through this stream. Hopefully this stream will go. Welcome in, everybody. Much love. Hopefully it's working a little better tonight. And let's go up, take a look at our friends up here in the Icelands and UK if we can get this thing to load. Try to pick the best one to get it to load up here. Yeah, they're really they're really hitting us hard. Like tonight, the weather's fine. There should be no buffering. We started way early. Shouldn't be buffering until like right at exactly 9 o'clock when they normally buffer us. But it looks like they're buffering us right now. So we'll just try to get through this. Anyway, France is getting hit pretty damn hard. There's that these people down here in Zambia and Mozambique and all these places down here are just getting destroyed by this second cyclone. And then you got the other cyclone up here getting ready to hit India. We need to check on that. And I think last night there was a spraying operation that went up and over this area, but it looks like they are getting inadvertently sprayed today. Let's see if I can get that cleared up a little bit. Same place we caught them spraying back in January, right here over Tel Aviv. That's where they're spraying. And they're also spraying out over here. Let's get that. See, they got a little grid patterns going on. So they're only getting their second spray of the year, the confirmed spray of the year. All right, yeah, let's take a look at this thing. So, yeah, that's probably pretty powerful. I haven't checked it yet. We'll just have to check it together. And we'll see if we can get this side of the planet to load the dark side of the planet here. For now. And this one, I want to set on something else while we're waiting on that to load. Let's go check the cyclone page. Cyclone Fanny. Let's see if that thing hit the Cat 4 category. Now it's going to be a Cat 3 going into Cat 2. I'm going to have to add this scene in here for you guys to check it out. So let's try to do that right now. Try to get this added in. And of course, I'm sure we're going to be dropping frames because the YouTube don't like what we're doing. Yeah, they are been hammering us hard in every way. You know, sharing it wise, monetizing wise. They're getting us every way they can. All right, now I got it in here. All right, let's go ahead and check that out. So it's going to take a north, pretty much straight north, maybe just a fuzz to the east. It's going to hit exactly where it looked like it was going to hit the other day. Let's go ahead and check the IR on this thing. Put a little animation on this. Yep, they take away the thumbs up. They don't put out the notifications. I mean, we could go on and on, man. That they want to take away the freedom of speech. They don't like the truth. They hate the truth. They hate us exposing the truth. Yeah, it's only going to get worse. Yeah, definitely. for sure there, Radical Ralph. Definitely only going to get worse. So yeah, that thing's like, looks like it's doing a little eye wall replacement. Hey, thanks there, Rhonda Law. Let me get these tracks off here just so we can see the eye wall and stuff better. Yeah, the thing is actually went through an eye wall replacement, so now it's getting a new eye wall before it blasts into the coast. So you're going to get pretty good storm surge with that blowing in like that. They're dumping aerosols. They got aerosols going in the back side of that. So they're this is a manipulated cyclone. Oh yeah, that thing definitely did. It almost like just shot off to the north, like it split into two parts. That's pretty strange right there. Looked like I got hit with a little bit of something there and kind of tried to change the course. You know, they're steering these things. They've had the technology to steer hurricanes and cyclones for years. This is nothing new at all. Let's go ahead and check the mimic on this just to see if it see if we can see any kind of manipulation on this thing. Yeah, because we could see, we watched one go over Guam, where Captain Guam is out there. We watched one hyper jump, like 2 hours. Whoa, what are we looking at there? Look at these black lines. What are we looking at? That is something new. We're going to let that run through. I think them are aerosols being deployed. All right, we got to let this GIF file load. Because, yeah, I've seen some stuff that shouldn't be there. Yeah, so watch this coming up. See if it's still showing up in there. Yeah, right there. Look at that. It's being pulsed, guys. That's being hit with the ionospheric heater, and I think I know which one that is. It's not the HARP. Nope. I'm going to save this GIF file, though, because that is showing the waves of the ionospheric heater hitting this thing. All right, so I got that saved. All right, man. So we just caught pure manipulation of this cyclone right here. Just watch, it's coming, or right when it starts. Okay, watch this. You're gonna see what looks like gravity waves, man. Them are the electromagnetic pulses. These super low, super high frequencies right there. That thing just got blasted. That's when it had a big eye wall too. That's when they blasted that thing. We're gonna have to double check that over on the mimic. That's caught in the action. That's why we look at this stuff, man, because we fought this stuff, and then they can't say it didn't happen because we have it. That's not a stitching error. That's not a map glitch. That's something. It's showing what they're doing right there. It's showing they hit it with frequencies that we can't see, but it picks them up through the microwave imagery. Now, while we got this here, I want to see where the ships are. So you got a ship right there. You got ships right in the path of that. Got ships over here. All these are the ships. Let's take them off. Let's check out where the data buoys are. So here's our data buoys. All right, so I want to go check this on the mimic map. We got to go take a look at that. And then if we got even more evidence, you can take this evidence in a court of law, man. They can't hide that. You know, the Department of Justice and Homeland Security went to the Steering Hurricane Workshop back in 2012. We basically have a hurricane headed for Florida right now. Look at that. It's not spinning like one, but it could be. We got manipulation right there off the Bajas. All right, let me zoom in on that thing because that's what we really need to look at. Well, let's look at it big first. Let me let this run through. So I'm actually going to be looking up here. I'm going to have to load this back farther. It's not giving me enough frames. It's only giving me the last 24. We got to go to the full amount of time on this. All right, and then maybe if I zoom in on that area. Can I get over there? I guess it might be this one. That's probably too low. We'll try it. Yep, that's too low. I'm looking at the other cyclone that was down there. I got to get up a little higher. I don't think it's that one. All right, here we go. Maybe this will help. So I'm going to have to go back and do the timestamps on this. It looks like they tried to blow it apart. Whoa, look at them signatures in there. They're like, let me get zoomed in on this. Look at that. That's pretty weird, man. That could be. Let me get this back where it's supposed to be. They've been controlling the weather since the 1800s, man. I've showed some of the first confirmed cloud seeding operations was like in 1847 or something like that. We could check that out. Just go to weathermodificationhistory.com. Look, there's a beam coming out from the military radars over here in California, and then you got a weird off-the-chart signature there off the Bajas. Yeah, right there's the beam, and then look, then you get that. So we got mass manipulation going on in India. We got mass manipulation right here off California and down into the Bajas. We already know a bunch of the companies that steer this atmospheric river. That's what we're looking at. We're looking at the rivers of the sky, and they are definitely 100% being controlled with just something simple as ground-based radar. They also use cell phone towers. They call it what's that company? They call it a cloud. God dang it, what's that called? It's like ionizers, but hey, thanks there, Kimberly. And you can see this atmospheric river shouldn't even be nothing like this over the whole United States. It's getting blasted in and out, and so complete control of the atmospheric river for sure. Hey, thanks out there, Andrew and Kimberly and everybody out there. Much love. So we want to take this over first to the one over here so we can see if we can pick up the India. I think it's going to be too far over. You have anomalies coming up. Let's go ahead and check the Arctic, just to see if there's any kind of plasma showing up from any of the ionospheric heaters. You know, we caught some of these a couple nights ago down in the Antarctic. So let's just see if anything's going on up here today. All right, so we're not getting any plasma returns. Let's try the southern hemisphere just to see here. Hey, thanks, sir, Jonathan. And here we are on May Day, May 1st. And we got a little plasma right there, little plasma line. Let's see what this looks like once it starts animating. Oh yeah, we got tons of plasma being shot out up here. Wonder if this is David Miles Research Company down here. Maybe he's the one that's sending these signals to pump up that storm. You know, because the way this works is they turn the whole ionosphere into a plasma antenna, and they send up high frequencies. They bounce them off the ionosphere down to all the VLF transmitters, and then they can turn them into very low frequencies. They can turn them into super low frequencies, you know, different ones. So tons of plasma being released down here in the Antarctica. Like, just craziness. I don't even know that I've seen that much going on. So that is definitely, I don't think this one's it. Let me try it. We need to check the Schumann resonance and the ionosphere and all that stuff. So right now the magnetic field status is unsettled, so that could be part of that part of the what's showing the plasma. Look, we're at an earthquake warning, 9 out of 10. We have to go tune in. We have to go check the earthquake situation. Yeah, we're starting to get some KP4s. And let me get down here to some of the stuff that I know what it means. So let me just look here, see if we're getting hit by anything. Just a little small wave there. You know, all it's going to take is one Carrington event. Like, that's a pretty big one there, and it'd be all over. We'd be back to the Stone Ages. All right, let me get down to where I want to see. Single sunspot on the sun, totally dead. Solar minimum. Just one little coronal hole there. Couple small ones. Oh, wow, look at this surface charging we have. So this has picked up a bunch. So you don't want to be in an airplane right here, because your radiation levels are up really high. So if you're over the Africa, you know, down there in Saudi Arabia and all that, probably wouldn't want to be in a plane right now. It'd be like getting x-rayed a couple thousand times. All right, let's get down. All right, so that's at 50. All right, so here is our ionospheric map. You know, they keep trying to create the El Nino here. We need to look at that. So that's picked up a little bit bigger. But nothing nothing too crazy. Where's the real time? Is this the real time? Yeah, 1-5. So that's actually 5-1. So nothing too crazy. A little spike on the minus 70s. And here's our ozone. All right, I got that. Looked at that pretty good there. Whew, man, I'm burning up. Freezing yesterday, burning up today. Now I want to check up here, just see if we have any kind of compression events. And we do. So really, we've seen the flash was coming up over this way. Man, maybe that did come from Hart. Because if you line that up right where that cyclone is, that's right lined up with Hart. But I was thinking this could have been part of it. Let me back that up a little bit just to see. Because that is a rapid heating event, a compression event of the troposphere. So, yeah, that probably... Just trying to find more evidence to go along with what we caught. All right. So see how this tracks, man. This thing's pretty dead on, this earthenol. It's always dead on these hurricanes and stuff. Go ahead and check our jet stream. What the heck is going on with the jet stream? All right, so up here is where the ship tracks were for the last 3 days, but now we have a vortex right here off the coast of California, right where they're spraying, right where that weird long spraying is in the Pacific. But the jet stream it's all messed up, man. It's like been cut apart into 3 pieces. I mean, look at the jet stream's pretty solid. Like, we can start all the way over here. Jet stream solid, solid, solid up around the Pacific, and then right where you get to where the ship tracks were. Look, the jet stream's just wasted through here. It's all blown up. It's because they split part of it to go down to help pull that atmospheric river up from the equator. And you got the cooler air trying to blow it down here to create the cold and the hot coming up from the Mexico right here. And that's how they're creating these land cyclones, these land monsoons. Let's go ahead and see the 3-hour precipitation forecast. And then we'll take this up just a little bit. Got to go a little bit at a time here. So look, more flooding for Missouri, Arkansas, Texas. So yeah, mega flooding going on there in Texas. Looks like Texas is definitely the target. Part of Missouri is the target. All right, I'm just checking a couple of things here. So look at all the energy they are working with. This is the energy. Now why would, here's the cyclone right there. Look at this. Of every place on the planet, here's the equator. We come up here about the 3rd, the 4th. What is this, like the 33rd degree parallel right here? This is where all the energy is. The only part on the planet up that high. Everything else is at the equator. That tells you right there that they're pulling this power up. Nowhere in the whole rest of the planet is there this much energy, this high up, this early in the season. Manipulation. All right, let's go ahead and check the ocean wave heights real quick. Let's see what they got going on over here. Make sure we're on now. So So right now, 38-foot waves. Let's take this up a little bit. 39-foot waves. And they're picking up as they get closer. 44.8-foot waves. 44 foot. 44. So right when it starts really hitting, it's only going to be about 30-foot waves. But you got all the wind blowing that in there. So these guys are going to get completely hammered. Nothing over here. So where's all this energy coming from? All right, let's check the carbon monoxide at the surface. Look where all the heavy aerosols are being deployed. That's for plants. That's coming from the chemtrails. And high over here, right in the same spot. All right, let's check the carcinogens, the really bad stuff. So there's got to be a fire or a fracking issue up there in Canada. And I'm not sure what's going on down here in the Florida area. But you're looking at, pretty high amounts here. It's only give me that, and I don't know how to read that. 7 M3 squared. I don't know what that means. Parts per million is usually what they have it in. See the PM10s. These are really small particles, like dust particles, part of the aerosols, volcanic activity, fracking activity, and just a weird anomaly is worth of it. That's the ship being operation. That's probably the ship tracks. Let's take that forward. We see where that, or take it back, see where it come from. So look at that. Out here in the middle of the ocean, we either have a underwater volcano going off, or that's from the ships. Let's see where, unless it comes off the coast here. We'll see. Maybe it comes off the coast of BC. Yeah, it kind of comes off the coast up here. I'm just going to keep backing it up, see where it's originated from. Yep, I think it is. I think this was from the ship track operations. So the PM 2.5s looks like they're coming out of the bunker fuel, which are the most toxic emissions on the planet. Like the Saharan dust. The Saharan dust is really toxic. It's really bad for you. This is how you get the blood rain. This is how you get the blood fog and all that crap. I mean, the planet's pretty nasty looking right now. Just Wikipedia 2.5 particulates, and then you'll know what we're talking about. All right, let's see if we can catch some aerosols in action. See where all the mega spray is the whole West Coast right now. And look at that. That's all fake. So it really looks like they're done spraying into the storm. They already created the storm. So all the aerosols were already out. That's what these lighter looking clouds are. These are all like we call it the chem fog. So then they bring down the cooler air, hitting the cold air, and wham, you got these freak systems. Even though the air should already be stabilized. I mean, these are all aerosols. This whole cloud bank is fake clouds. That's all chemtrails. You can see by the colors, you can see by the grid patterns. I mean, look at all these. There's tons of grid patterns there. California. Here, we'll just zoom in on a couple of these and we'll look. Man, it's got to be like 100 degrees up here today. Woo, it's hot. Yeah, it was crazy. I'm in Missouri, man. Them tornadoes were going everywhere down in Springfield, Wheaton, all down in there. Just south, straight south of me. The last tornado warning was only one county away, straight south of me. So you got the big grid patterns all over here. So it looks like these are the we can get this thing to load. Look at that big X. You got X's all out here in the Pacific, but you can see the difference. These are all fake, man-made, man-engineered clouds. I mean, look at this heavy spraying. That's horrible right there. Let's check that out real close. Let's give this a second load while this is loading. Welcome in Karen Vogel, Buckshot 81, John Hart Crane. Hey, check him out. If our streams are messed up, he always fixes them. We got a rain shower alert at 9:11. Figure that. That means I'll probably lose signal around 9:11. Welcome in Jeff Martin, Rhonda Long, John Hart, LB, Ron Fry, Snyder Loner, Tracy Summers, Super Dave, Shalonius, St. James, Nevada Geologist, Don Morning, Lead with Love, Pammy Mustang, Oregon Farm Girl. Much love out there, everybody. Thanks out there, everybody out there in the super chat and all that stuff. Yeah, by Kansas City up there. That's where I work up in there. Ken Barley, Lizette, Jonathan, Kristen, Ronnie, Captain Tom, Cash Only, Super Dave. It's starting to buffer figures. Like I said, with the storms rolling in last night, I couldn't even stream on DLIVE. And normally I don't buffer one bit. So look at how heavy these aerosols are. Right here over California, you guys are getting blasted. Now that's a bombardment. And look at this, there's a U-shaped one in there. Like a figure 8. And there's one up here too. They were doing figure 8s in your sky. Wonder if I can really zoom in on that. I don't know, this may be too far north. All right, sorry about this table squeaking. I need to finish setting up the studio, man. I've been on this chicken coop for weeks, man. It's a chicken mansion, and it's kicking my butt. We're getting closer, though. And, of course, the video output is low. All right, here comes the sprayers. Look at that. Look at the shapes in that. Look at this guy. He did the complete arc. You got so many tic-tac-toes and crisscrosses. It looks like they might be trying to spell something. It looks like they're trying to spell chemtrail. Look at that. Wow. So all these airplane exhaust chemtrails, which the sky would have been perfectly clear about any bit of this. Anybody living in California and you looked up at the sky, that's what you were seeing. You were seeing death from above. we try to utilize all that stuff. So I always throw the chicken poop in the garden, and I take the hay that we got on the ground, and I spread it around the muddy parts where nothing's growing, and like a while later I got grass. Like we try to use everything. Good in the blue. Yeah, it's getting really disgusting that they're ruining the crops and the farmlands. We showed in the beginning how they're killing off so many animals. And then you got Monsanto sprays and the Roundups that are killing all the bugs and all the pollinators. This is all the New World Order, man. They want us eating the Frankenfood. They want us eating the fake food, no meat. I mean, they're just trying to wipe us out slowly but surely. And that's their plan. That's the New World Order plan. They want the population down. You think the Georgia Guidestones is a joke? That's like their Bible, man. That's what they're going by. You got some of the huge aerosols out there. Just huge. All right, guys. So I think we're going to go ahead and call this a show. We're going to jump on over to DLIVE for a little while after this. So if you want to come join us over there, I'll drop the link here. Let me see if I can find the link. And I'll drop it there in the chat. And when you get there, it's just going to be a dark screen until I go live. It's just going to be a black screen. And it works different on a cell phone. It works different on a like a mobile device. This is like a brand new platform. So there's a lot of things they still need to upgrade. But if we learn it as they're going, man, we should be like pros at it. Once it gets going good. So give me a second here to try to find dying out. And the graphics are like 100 times better than YouTube, and it don't buffer. So we're trying to give it a good chance. And here, I'll paste that link in there. And then after the show over there, I mean, I'll jump on there live, and then after the show, I'll play a playlist of some videos, you know, some interviews I've done with some people from way back. Like, I'll just let it run all night, and people could jump in there and check that out and all that stuff. So anyway, guys, much love. Let's rise. Let's hit the screen, and we'll see you over on DLive. Much love, everybody. Be safe out there. God bless. Eyes to the skies, and we'll keep on trying to kick their ass. Anyway, let's rock. Here we go.